Julian, there's obviously a lot of expectations around this team, of what you guys can do on the field. Take us through preseason. What was it like for you? And the second quick one, Open Cup. It's a conversation going on social media throughout the U.S. soccer landscape. There's still conversations ongoing. What's your take? What this Open Cup means to players, especially young, getting opportunities? Do you think that tournament should be going on with MLS teams?
In terms of the Open Cup, yeah, I like playing in the Open Cup. I've liked it in years past, but I also enjoyed winning it one of those years. So it's definitely, I think, a great opportunity for some younger guys to get minutes. And then when you kind of advance through the rounds, you kind of like, okay, there's a real sense of let's win a trophy. And that's why, I hope that, that there'll be a way for us to be a part of it. I'm sure in the early rounds, as you see, kind of every team can kind of make their own decisions on who they want to play and how they want to go about it. But that's the uniqueness about it as well. And I would like for us to be a part of it, but it's not my decision. So we'll see what happens. And in terms of the preseason tour, yeah, I think it was a great tour, great games, which kind of got us ready, I think, for the year in a different way than usual, where you said it. There's a lot of expectations on the club, a lot of hype around it and everything, and we saw that firsthand. And even the expectations are even there in preseason games, and obviously it was still preseason for us, so it was still tough to kind of balance the two at that moment. But again, we played against some really good opponents, traveled a bit where you kind of get into the sense of what the year might look like with travel. First week or second game is in LA, for example, so we have to go there after traveling there. So those things, we were able to, just kind of work through certain things. And but yeah, expectations are there. We're embracing them. We're trying to obviously fulfill them as much as we can, and hopefully have a good start and then just keep rolling.
Julian, for you guys, obviously there's a lot of fanfare because of Messi, Suarez, the team that's been put together. But there also seems to be some negative sentiment maybe within MLS circles towards you guys in terms of, there's a story the other day with the Athletic saying you guys are screwed in terms of the salary budget and all of those. Do you guys sense that? Do you guys sense that you guys have that target on your back? I mean, even the preseason games, right? Some of the goals that were scored from the other teams in the preseason game, they celebrated with so much euphoria. Do you sense that you guys have that, that target on your back because you are maybe the most liked team outside with fans, but maybe not the most liked team inside MLS?
I haven't really sensed it yet, to be honest, or not that much. No, I mean, obviously all eyes, a lot of eyes are on us in a sense, and that's with that, maybe comes a little bit of jealousy, maybe comes a little bit of, people, trying to find ways of putting us down and creating negative feelings and emotions within here. But I haven't really sensed that within the group. I haven't sensed that within the club, within the team, and we're excited to get the season started. We're excited for the year. We're excited to show that, hopefully we will be one of the best teams in this league, and that week in and week out, obviously we're going to fill stadiums and hopefully live up to expectations that are being set, and that we set ourselves within the locker room. So I haven't really sensed too much of that, but as long as we're fine within the locker room, within the club, I don't really care too much of what's going on around us.
From a soccer standpoint, how do you think you guys have done playing with the back five compared to the back fours? I know it's been preseason, I know it's been different, players are still coming in and out, but how do you think you guys have done in both systems?
Yeah, I mean, it's preseason, so you work through different settings, different formations, different things, and one thing that obviously in games we've played a lot in 3-back, where the team played a lot in the 4-back last year. So I think we just wanted to kind of get a different wrinkle and to have guys play in that and get experiences in that, I think was good. Even though there were certain things that, especially defensively, we need to, I think, work on it, but that is what this preseason is for. I think to be able to alternate between the two systems is a good thing. to have, like I said, that possibility to change even within games is a good thing where you're not so predictable at times. And yeah, like you said, I think it depends on personnel and kind of who's available and kind of what type of team you also play against and all those things. So it was just a good way, I think, to introduce that, and yeah, we'll hopefully be able to adjust and find the best possible system and way of playing for every single game.
Julian, talking about that, you're a national team player. This year has a lot of national team playing in Copa America. It's going to be played in MLS stuff. Is that something you have talked about with Tata? And is your goal to be a starter for the national team in that tournament?
Oh, I mean, absolutely. I would love to be part of the U.S. men's national team for the Copa America. I think it'd be. I want to be part of every national team camp, but I also know that my body of work and my quality has to be there week in and week out here for Inter Miami to be able to be considered for any of that. So I'm just really trying to focus on the start of the season now, trying to get rolling, and then obviously the CONCACAF Champions Cup, trying to advance through that, and everything else will kind of take care of itself. And that's kind of what I've lived by my whole career. I haven't spoken with Tata about any of that stuff in the summer. You know, I'm focused on, like I said, we're focused on this season and to start the year the right way now with the game against Salt Lake, and then we'll just see how everything else goes, and we'll make adjustments as we go.
Are you the type of player that watches the calendar that you talk about Champions Cup? Are you going to watch the game between Nashville and Mocha? Or are you the type of player that takes it day by day?
I'll probably watch the games, yeah, just because I'm interested, you know, how the other MLS teams are doing and everything. I watched the Tigres versus Vancouver series as well, so yeah, I'm just interested in that type of competition because we play in it, so it's obviously much more interesting to me than if I wasn't playing in it. But yeah, if I'm not gonna, you know, if I have something else going on, I'm not gonna make time to watch it because I can also rewatch it later on. But yeah, definitely interested in it and excited for that competition in general and to be part of it.
Julian, you give a lot of options to the San Martino. You play in different positions in the preseason, as a right back, as a winger, as a midfielder. Where do you feel more comfortable, or where do you think you can help more this team?
Well, to be able to answer that question, I think is a question for Tata more so than for me. He thinks that I can help the team as a wingback, then great. He thinks I can help the team better as a number 8, then great. You know, and that's really what I don't mind. I don't mind playing different positions. I don't mind changing. You know, even within the game, it's something that. Yeah, I've done my whole career, and Tata knows that. That's why he's playing me in those different positions, and I'm happy that he trusts me in those different positions. But yeah, we'll see. We'll see how it goes. We'll see how the team evolves and how we kind of yeah, start lining up, you know, week in and week out. But I'm happy to play wherever and try and help the team as much as I can in really any position.
I know you just touched on that midfield, and they just announced Gregory's transfer. Just came in while you were talking. Just your thoughts. I know you weren't teammates with him for very long, but just your thoughts on losing Gregory, who's been an integral part of the locker room and the team for the last 3 years.
Yeah, obviously a prominent figure in the locker room, I think, for the club over the last 3 years, and that's kind of the sense I got when I walked in. He's a great guy, a great teammate, some good speeches, and you know, a guy that yeah, was just a good human as well. And, you know, happy I got to meet him, happy I got to get to know him a little bit, and obviously wish him all the best in his new club and throughout his whole career now with his family. But you know, we have to kind of change the page and kind of move on and look forward and focus on who we have here to hopefully have the best start that we possibly can on Wednesday.
Cool.
Thank you.